morning and welcome to Fort Seller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. Today is Monday, May 2nd, 2022, and it's a day 3. Guys, it's May. It's the last full month of school that you'll have here for this school year. So our minds might be beginning to think about the summer. Maybe our minds are thinking about the weekend. Okay, so either the future or the past. But guess what? Let's just focus on this moment right here, right now. It's an amazing day. You just have to look for all those blessings. So let's use our eyes for a moment and just simply scan our room, wherever you're sitting, and just notice something that catches your eyes, something that you find interesting, or maybe it's not interesting at all right off the bat, but as you study it, as you look at it, it just might be interesting. And perhaps you'll have something to think about that, right? Come up with something thankful to say about that item you notice. As you notice its materials, as you notice what it's used for, as you notice its shape and sizes and different colors, things like that. With your nose, breathe in and out. Let your shoulders relax, allow yourself to just settle in, and hopefully with your sense of smell, you've picked up something. And maybe it's something that reminds you of a memory. Maybe it's a positive and pleasant memory. Maybe it's not a great memory, but if it simply reminds you of anything, just notice it, okay? Don't attach judgment to it. Don't get too worked up about it or too excited about it. Just simply notice it. Notice everything about that sense of smell. And then with your ears, just pause and listen. What do you hear? What do you hear with your sense of hearing? What sounds are there? What sounds are there that kind of attract your attention now that you're paying attention? And how amazing is it that those sounds are still happening even when you're not paying attention? Last but not least, with your skin, with your sense of touch, what do you feel? What do you sense with your sense of touch, whether it's your clothing, like the clothing I'm wearing, or the air, the humidity, the temperature of the room, all of that your skin can sense. What do you notice? All right, now let's move into the breathing portion of our mindful minute. And with that, I want to continue on with the cool breathing technique that Nora shared with us last week, and that's the clam breathing. I don't know if you remember. So you basically put your palm up with one hand, palm down with your other, your fingers touch, and as you breathe in, the clam's mouth opens, and as you breathe out with your mouth, it closes, okay? So get yourself settled, get yourself in a nice, comfortable, but alert position. Notice a chair holding you up. Notice the weight of your body. Just notice you exist. And then I like to close my eyes. You don't have to, but go ahead and take that first breath in and out. And now that you know how to do this breathing technique, this time really pay attention to your breath, breathing in, noticing the coolness of that air going in through your body, into your belly, expanding it like a balloon, and then letting it out. Notice your shoulders. Notice your body as it settles into your chair. Go ahead and breathe in again. And breathe out. If your mind is off thinking about anything else, just notice the here and the now. Just gently bring its attention. Tug it back to here and this moment. Breathe in again. And as you breathe in, notice your body, everything from your wiggly toes as you breathe out, to your heels, to your calves, to your knees. If any part of your body feels achy as you breathe in, just simply notice that sensation. Nothing more, nothing less. As you breathe out, continue and scan through your body to your lower back, to your belly as you breathe in again. Notice that belly and how it feels as it gets filled with full of air. And then as you breathe out, notice your chest as it lowers. Same thing with your shoulders and your arms. Once again, notice the parts of your body that feel great as you breathe in, and also the parts that may not feel as great. Maybe they're sore. Breathe out. You know, Mr. Lin was playing catch with the baseball with his son, Timothy, this past weekend, and his arm's a little sore. He's getting old. Breathe in. And I'm only going to notice that sensation. I'm not going to get too upset about feeling sore. I'm going to notice what being sore feels like. Breathe out. Notice your head. Notice your back. Breathe in. And then notice what feelings you've brought to school today. And as you breathe out, allow those feelings in to your heart. Notice those feelings. Name those feelings. Identify them as you breathe in. And sometimes those feelings are trying to tell you something. Just listen with compassion. Breathe out. And in due time, you will move on to the next moment. In a moment, you will hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, it's ultimately your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You could go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me in this mindful minute. It's a good way to get yourself to settle and to allow yourself to just notice the amazingness of this moment. And I hope that you will continue to take those moments throughout the day, not just to notice the amazingness of what's going around, but also to say thank you in your own mind of all the great things going on. Now, we have 3 expectations here at the school. We went over them, we go over them every day in the morning announcements, but we certainly went over them last Friday in the PBIS assembly. Number 1, be respectful to yourself and others. And I ask you to touch your ears and your eyes because those are the first signs of giving respect to people who are expressing themselves. As you are probably paying attention to me using your ears and your eyes, and thank you. I see that you're being respectful, and that means a lot. When it's your turn to talk, I hope that you will give that same respect, or other people will give that same respect, that I will give that same respect. Yesterday in the morning or last Friday, I should say, in the morning announcements, Nora shared with us the clam breathing technique. And a lot of you guys paid attention because I heard a lot of you guys talking about how much you liked it. So I could tell at the time you were using your ears and eyes. And you have to only imagine, you can imagine how Nora felt. Nora probably felt great that you were paying attention to her. And next time when it's your turn to share something, whether it's in class or on video, I know that Nora will give you that same attention. We just have to give it back to each other, right? That same respect goes back to yourself. At the end of the day, I hope when you think about the things you've done that you're proud of yourself. If you're supposed to control your hands a little bit more, even if nobody else saw it, are you doing it? I had to talk to my middle son, Levi, about, not touching random things as he goes around because he likes to bebop around. And I simply recommended that he put his hand in his pocket a little bit more, Let the pocket be a nice little reminder not to just randomly touch things. And so yesterday at church, I noticed that he was walking around with his hands in his pocket on his own. He didn't know that I was watching him. I bet you that at the end of the day, he was proud of himself, because he was trying to do the right thing, right? Even when no one else is looking. Also show that you're responsible. Going back to our hands and our feet and the words that come out of our mouths. We can be heroes, guys. And if you're not paying attention, I want you to hear me. We can be heroes to somebody else's life. I've said this a lot in the beginning of the year. We all have a story to tell. At the end of the day, you're going to tell maybe your best friend or maybe a parent or someone in your family about your Monday. And it's a story. And the people and the characters you run into, your friends and your classmates, your teachers, your principal, we're either going to be helpful in your story, a hero in your story, or we're going to not be helpful and we're going to be villains. We all need to recognize we can either choose to be a hero in somebody's life or a villain. And it starts with today. Whether it's on the bus, in the cafeteria, in class. Are you going to be a hero? Take responsibility for yourself. Show that self-control. Okay? And with responsibility, it also means getting your homework done, getting your classwork done, even if you don't want to do it. Right? Keeping your promises. If you say you're going to do something for somebody, you're going to help somebody, make sure you do it. Okay? Those are important. Those are all showing responsibility. And last but not least, show readiness. Ready to learn, ready to succeed, ready to be victorious. Also ready to fail. And we talked about this. But many of you guys are getting the hint because a lot of you are sharing stories where this happened and you didn't love it. You tried hard and you failed. And over the last month, many of you guys are coming up to me and say, hey, Mr. Lin, I failed here. I tried again and I did better. And every time you can tell that story where you failed, tried again, you did better, you're showing perseverance, you're showing that readiness. Now, perseverance was our character trait of last month, but our character trait for this month is patience. Guys, show patience. Sometimes the best things that you want, you got to wait for. So be calm, practice that patience. Summer's coming up. Live in the moment, though. Summer will get here. Be patient. Last but not least, I want you to hear this from me. I love you just the way you are. I want you to go around and tell other people you love them just the way they are as well. But today is the first day of a special week, boys and girls. It is Teacher Appreciation Week. If you happen to be in the classroom with your teacher, look at your teacher and give her or him a round of applause. Go ahead. Do it right now. Okay? Why are we doing this? Let me have your attention. Okay? Let's bring it back down to a 0. Guys, we're giving your teachers and all the grown-ups a round of applause because it's Teacher Appreciation Week, and every grown-up here in this school, whether they're called a teacher or not, takes pride in being a part of your life, being a hero in your life, encouraging you to do the right things. Sometimes love is tough, I get that, but they work so hard. Boys and girls, they work so hard. I don't often tell you this, but your teachers work hard over the weekend. They stay late so often, or they come in super early. There's some of you teachers out there that are here probably a good hour before even Mr. Lin gets to school. And I get to school before you kids get to school. That's the amazing thing. A lot of times teachers only get credit for what people see. That's when you're in school, right? You see your teachers doing their work, and that's important. But don't forget about how hard it is to be a teacher before school and after school. All the things, everything that they make, they've got to do 25 or 20 versions of it, right? If they write a note to one kid, they've got to do it 25 times, right? If they cut out the materials for an activity, they've got to do it for as many kids are in your class. So guys, give them that respect. Today is the first day of Teacher Appreciation Week. Go tell them that you love them. Go tell them thank you. Go tell them that you like them just the way they are. A lot of them, boys and girls, you may not realize are also moms and dads, right? Oftentimes you guys see, Timothy and Levi and Audrey, but your teachers, many of them have kids. Many of them have families that they love, and they also want to hang out with them. They look forward to weekends just as much as you guys do. The only difference is that a lot of times they love you guys so much, they're doing some work over the weekend just to be prepared, just to make sure the school and their classroom is ready to go for you guys at the beginning of the next week. Guys, your teachers, the paras, every grown-up in this school, I hope you will join me and tell them how much you love them, because it is Teacher Appreciation Week. I think every week should be Teacher Appreciation Week. Raise your hand if you agree with that, okay? But definitely this week, show them all the love you got. All right, I've taken up a lot of your time. Have a great Monday.